Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Templeton, Director of Communications for the Office of the Provost, and today I am talking to Dr. Jaclyn Wells, who is the Director of UAB's Writing Center. I'm sure you all have heard of it. They have a very active Instagram account and have been serving our students for quite some time. But with the COVID-19 pandemic, they've had to make some changes, and we'd like to know more about that. So just in general, can you tell me a little bit more about what the Writing Center does?
Absolutely. So our kind of, official slogan is all writers, all stages of writing, all types of writing. But unofficially, what we say to students is just, if you need help with writing, just come on in. So, we're really willing to help, again, with any kind of writing. So for any class, doesn't have to be English. And we're also willing to help even with non-course related stuff. So like, we love, love, love helping with personal statements, scholarship essays. Our only rule is that you then have to tell us if you got the scholarship or got into grad school or whatever, because we want to know.
Yeah.
We also help at any stage of the process. So, we help with brainstorming ideas, understanding assignments. And then of course we'll look at full drafts, we'll help with edits, really just any kind of writing, any stage. The only thing that we don't do for students is, of course, we don't edit for anybody. Our goal is to help students become better writers, not to do the work for them. But otherwise, all things writing, come on in.
That's excellent. So I was new to the Office of the Provost in December, and reading about the Writing Center, you did some in-person, a lot of in-person with your writing, the folks in your office who help with writing, and you also did some online. So now that we're all remote right now, how have your services changed?
Well, they've just gone all remote, basically. Yeah, traditionally the Writing Center is 75, 80% in person. We have a nice office over in Stern Library, the first floor. We even have a satellite location in the new freshman residence hall. And then we've always offered online tutoring. Students can either chat with a tutor or they can upload a paper and get feedback. Now, basically, it's all online. So we offer synchronous sessions through Zoom, just like, we're doing right now. And those are really useful. Those I think are the more useful sessions because we can collaborate more. We can talk through students' writing issues. They can ask questions. But then we do offer a really convenient option too with asynchronous sessions. Students can just upload a paper and get feedback. And I always tell students, those are super useful sessions if first of all, if you have a draft, of course, we have to have something to comment on. But also if you know what you want feedback on. So if you are okay, I know I struggle with thesis statements and organizations, here's my paper, what you think? So yeah, that's the big way we've changed is that we've just kind of embraced the online, model, and everything we do now is online, and it will be through the fall semester. And then we'll see what happens next.
Okay, so in the fall, you'll be fully online.
We will be. With kind of one caveat, we're trying to keep our office open very limited hours in the fall because we do have that nice space with computers and webcams. So stay tuned on the actual hours. I think it's going to be something like a few hours a day, like Monday through Thursday. But that'll just be there if limited numbers of students want to come in and use our space. And we're hoping that will be helpful for students who would like to do Zoom meetings, but maybe they don't have a webcam or, something like that. So it's a pretty big space. So as long as we limit the number of students in there, we'll be able to maintain social distancing. But I want to make students aware of that if they're concerned about, lack of technology to take Zoom meetings for writing tutoring, we'll have some limited options.
Okay, that's great. And it's really important for those tuning in right now who work with students to know that that's available and to go ahead and have their students access online. So in this world of social media and everybody wanting these quick sound bites, why do you think good writing skills are still very important? Because surely they are.
Gosh, I hope so, or I'm out of work. No, I think, Karen, you would appreciate this more than anyone. The quick sound bites are super hard to write. And we see the result of failed quick sound bites all the time, right? So I think writing is more important than ever because I don't know, we have all these different media right now, all these different channels, and ways to kind of express ourselves, and they're hard. I mean, it's hard to capture exactly what you're saying in a tweet because it's such a small amount of space. So I think the changes that we've seen actually make writing more important than ever. And it's important to me for students to understand that that's why the Writing Center, that's why I say in every orientation, we really do help with all kinds of writing. So it doesn't have to be just like a 10-page paper. Obviously, we will help with that. But if what you're struggling to write is, a high stakes email or a very short discussion post in Canvas, we're happy to help with that too, because sometimes shorter is actually more difficult. I think that's why we work with so many personal statements, because the instructions for those are always like, you've got 500 words to, capture, everything about yourself. So yeah, I think we help with everything, and I think writing it's more crucial than ever as kind of attention spans get shorter, and the genres in which we're communicating are like these quick sound bites.
Yeah, I think that is a good point, that it is more important than ever because we're looking at very complicated health and scientific information that is trying to be communicated. And if you can't communicate it effectively, then you miss out on behavioral changes that could improve health, like wearing a mask or keeping sick. Scientists and academia who write at a very high level, I think it's important to, before they get to that point, learn how to communicate to people on a level that they can understand. So that's excellent. So who on campus can use your services?
Yeah, so we are open to all students. So undergraduates, graduates. We're not necessarily open to staff or faculty, but a lot of our staff and faculty are also students. So if they're taking classes or are currently students, they are welcome to see us. We love working with all stages of students, so freshmen to, final year PhD students, everyone in between.
Okay, so great. That's good to know that graduate students, it's all the way through school.
Absolutely.
And the best way to find you all would be your website. Is that?
Yeah, it's uab.edu/writing center. Of course, I'm the director, and I often just Google UAB Writing Center, so that's fair too. And then, as you mentioned earlier, I appreciate you mentioning that we do have a pretty robust social media presence. In fact, we've got a really cool writing contest going on right now about experiences of COVID, and it's back to your comment about kind of sound bites. It's very short writing. It's kind of, I think we said 100 words max. So please do, anybody check us out on social media, because we post a lot of announcements there, and also fun things like the writing contest we have going on right now.
Yeah, the writing contest is really incredible. I love reading those 100 words.
Yeah.
So you all please do check that out. It's really interesting how people have encapsulated their experiences in such a short little bit that fits on social media. So, and they're interesting.
Yeah.
And powerful. So
yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for answering my questions, and we encourage everyone to check out your services and spread the word with their students.
Great. Thank you for having me.